Bravo, Bethesda. Bravo, bro. Amazing. Just amazing. You've somehow managed to do something so incredibly bewildering to me. So bizarre and straight up obviously terrible, awful. I mean, I'm sure you all know about this. This Fallout 76 subscription service thing. What the actual hell? I'm shocked. You know, I heard about it this morning. I woke up this morning and I saw all this controversy going on, and I'm like, I just can't believe this. It's so bad that I can't actually believe that they did it. Obviously, it's a no-brainer that this is such predatory bullcrap. We can all see through the shit that Bethesda's pulling on this one, okay? You know, that goes without saying. But I genuinely, for a moment, kind of want to dissect why. Because there's no way that these executives at ZeniMax didn't know what they were doing, right? They're not like, look, I know everyone loves to hate on these companies, and I totally get it. I'm literally doing it right now. Cool, okay? I do it when it's deserved, and I resonate with it when it's deserved. In this case, it's definitely deserved. But at the same time, we do have to acknowledge that these executives at these huge publishers, they're not morons, okay? At the end of the day, they get in those positions of power because they're at least to some extent competent at business, which means that they knew this crap was going down, which means that they approved it, and they obviously wanted this to happen, I assume, right? Why? Because all this has done, as far as I can see, is create another outrage against Bethesda, against Fallout 76 specifically, which has already had enough controversies surrounding it since launch, alright? As if there needed to be one more huge negative headline for Bethesda to have to deal with this game. But great, somehow, a year later, a year after this game has already come out, a year after the initial crap and outrage and all that stuff from launch, we're still getting these headlines because of Bethesda. Like I said, I'm sure you know what it is, but if you don't, I'll list it off here. Fallout First is this new premium service thing that Bethesda is offering with a monthly subscription service, and you pay this service. I presume it's intended for hardcore Fallout 76 fans, and it's ridiculously expensive, and you get absolutely shit all for what you're paying for here. Let's see, so it's $13 US a month, or $100 US a year, okay? Already sounding beyond absurd, okay? Look, coming down under right here from Australia, this is I can't believe this. Australian prices, $23 a month. Or $180 a year. What? Like, our Netflix prices, like I know in the US, I believe Netflix is $10 a month, right? Our Netflix prices aren't that different. They're about that, I believe, and they might be slightly inflated, but they're about the same. So, oh my god. So for it, okay, you get private worlds. Play in a private world exclusively for you and up to 7 friends. Yippee! You get a scrap box, unlimited storage for crafting components in your own new scrapbox container. Wow. Love it. Isn't that exciting? Survival tent, a new placeable fast travel point with a stash, sleeping bag and more for your basic needs. Now, I can't say I've been keeping up to date with the Fallout 76 community of patch notes or anything like that since I stopped playing it last December, but I do believe, and I'm not overly confident about this, so I could be wrong, but my understanding is that these particular items I've just mentioned were actually promised in future updates for the game. And I think when they've said that in the past, when Bethesda's come out and gone, yo, in the future we're going to be fixing these issues that the community's had with scrap boxes, with the survival tent and all that kind of thing, I think it was fair for the community of the game to assume that this was going to be coming in a free update. But guess what? You have to pay $100 a year. You also get some items, great, microtransaction currency thing. You get Ranger Armor outfit, which is that outfit from Fallout New Vegas, which is ironic considering The Outer Worlds comes out this week from Obsidian. And you get some icons and emotes and crap. Alright. It's terrible. You know? I could sit here all night, all day, and just repeat that it's terrible. Okay? It's absolutely atrocious. And, look, I don't know, I'd like to think that I'm a pretty reasonable, fair person, okay? I'd like to think that, you know, in the past on the channel, I think I've made it relatively clear in different times, in different videos, that I typically don't like the whole outrage culture of everyone just shitting on microtransactions all the time, because it's so exhausting. Like, how many times can we crap on EA? How many times can we crap on Activision? Sure, microtransactions suck, I get it, okay? You know, whoop-de-doo, okay? Great. I don't need to make videos all the time crapping on them. I just find that narrative of microtransactions bad over and over again, it's boring, okay? But, look, this was, to me, a whole new level of egregiousness, right? $23 a month Australian. What? It's so bad that I needed to say something about it. I just needed to turn on the microphone and vent, okay? It's awful. Like I said, Bethesda, you've had a terrible 12 months, okay? Arguably a terrible last few years, to be honest, but especially the last 12 months. And I'm sure they're well aware of the reputation damage that has occurred for their organisation after Fallout 76 launched last year, right? And then since then, there's been plenty of other crap going on, obviously, with the Fallout 76, the launch being sloppy and buggy and all that, but then we got the microtransactions in that game, then we got everyone complaining about Wolfenstein Youngblood being a mediocre game, and of course we got the power armor controversy or whatever it was, and the limited edition bag controversy. This game, Fallout 76, is the gift that keeps on giving for people that like being angry on the internet, such as myself in this scenario. I don't know one video game could cause so many problems. This is the last thing Bethesda needed. Their goodwill with gamers, which they absolutely had 5 years ago, by the way, even 4 years ago, 3 years ago. They've had goodwill for ages, okay? For ages. But since I would argue that it started declining a little bit after Fallout 4 came out, but even still, it was still relatively positive feelings towards Bethesda. Everyone would, obviously, as always, crapped on EA, Ubisoft, etc. But Bethesda's always, over the last few years, been, oh, they're the guys we like. Well, not anymore, apparently. And it's the funniest thing that they just do it to themselves. The only party to blame for all this is Bethesda. It's unbelievable. They've completely done this to themselves. It's honestly that bad that I'm convinced it has to be some kind of marketing stunt, honestly. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this was some kind of bizarre tactic to try and just generate publicity about Fallout 76. I wouldn't be shocked if in the next few days they say, oh, don't worry, Fallout first, it's not actually happening, haha, we're listening to our fans, don't worry about it. And it was just a huge stunt for people to go, yay, good on you Bethesda, listening to us, so amazing that you're taking it down. And then in the process, they've effectively just marketed the game for free, right? It's now once again on everyone's minds. I don't know. I feel like I would not put that past them if this was just a marketing ploy, if they're fully aware of how terrible of a system, of a service this is. At least I wouldn't be surprised if they cut it in price, for sure. Like, yeah, I don't know. I've got nothing else to say. Not overly original thoughts over here, but like I said, I thought it was so interesting that it came from them again, that I kind of wanted to talk about it. And to be honest, it's kind of making me think maybe in the future on the channel I should make a video discussing just, I guess, the downfall of sorts of Bethesda. Like, what the hell has been going on over there over the last few years with the mobile games and so on, you know. I can go forever. But anyway, that's enough from me. Thanks for watching the video. This has been SirCazz. Farewell.